Meghana is the CEO and co-founder of GoCodeo, an AI agent for software development and testing. The organization's product is used by over 20,000 developers from 150 companies worldwide. Wow. With a background in business and marketing from industry giants like Google, TikTok, and ShareChat, Meghana brings a decade of experience in understanding customers and envisioning impactful tech products that solve actual problems. Now today, her focus is going to be on transforming development and testing through the use of Gen AI, improving productivity for developers worldwide. Meghana's journey as an entrepreneur is rooted in a goal of reshaping the software industry and achieving notable milestones in the tech space. Meghana, over to you.
Very good evening, everyone. I'm Meghana Jagadeesh, founder and CEO of GoCodeo. Today, I'll be talking about one of the topics that's not just important for all of us here, but for the entire world, which is the future of intelligent software development and testing. Here's the agenda of the talk today. We'll be thinking and understanding why exactly does the future of intelligent software development and testing matters. What are the different trends in software development, especially the intelligent software development? Then we'll understand the trends in intelligent software testing. We'll be going through one of the key crucial concepts that binds this ecosystem together, which is your intelligent collaboration. Then I'll be talking about GoCodeo's role in this revolution. And last but not the least, I'll be concluding with key takeaways and a thought for the day. So let us proceed with the first thing, which is why exactly does this particular thing matter? One of the most important things that I want to paint in front of you is the existence of today's modern software. How exactly are they shaping up in today's ecosystem, right? An average enterprise application interfaces with more than 900 APIs, which is pretty big. Then we are talking about their deployment. They are always deployed on multiple cloud infrastructures, and not just that. When we think in terms of the data that they are dealing with in real time, we are talking about petabytes of data, right? What does this actually talk about? The complexity of modern applications. It is getting complex every single day, and that is something which is alarming. The second thing that we want to focus on, be it engineers, right? What exactly do they do? In terms of developers these days, they spend about 40% of their time in redundant tasks, which is like debugging, writing boilerplate codes, or maybe maintaining test suites that they probably should, but they won't, right? So this is something that we continuously see happening on a regular basis. This is not just inefficient, but it is also taking away innovation from our hands, is what I believe in. Two major problems, right? We're talking about complex software systems and reduction in efficiency. But what does the market demand? One of the latest statistics that I want to highlight over here is market is demanding 60% faster time to market. We need to deliver faster. That is something that the market wants. And of course, there's absolutely zero tolerance towards production errors. With all of this happening, we need to understand why exactly this topic matters. That is intelligent software development and software testing, right? We need to do it intelligently because there's a huge spike that has happened globally, and this requires immense amount of intelligence. Let me take you through one of these graphs, or maybe like pictorial representation of how exactly intelligent software development. Check. So what I have observed is what I have put down here. Let us talk in terms of autonomous development agents, where the AI is merging with software engineering. That is what agents do, right? We had Sridhar who was talking about agents, so that is something that I have brought up here. We have AI merging with engineering on a very regular basis, and not just that, we have created something called autonomous development agent architectures. Precisely what these AI architectures leverage are advanced transformer architectures or LLM architectures that go about making use of billions of parameters. To be precise, it is 150 billion parameters that these models are trained on, the agentic models. And that was more computational power than it took to land a man on the moon. Would you believe it? That was the kind of computational power that was required to train these AI models. Next, what makes this technology revolutionary is the self-improving nature of this particular. The check. Yeah, this one.
Mic 7. Mic 7 test 1.
No problem. Awesome. So as I was saying, the way they become self-improving is through continuous learning and understanding of something called AST, which is abstract syntax tree. Right? They go about understanding what exactly these ASTs can do. If there are developers in the house, you will definitely understand how complex of a system this is. And once they understand the AST, they go about manipulating these ASTs as well autonomously. Without any human intervention, they are able to autonomously manipulate ASTs. The third thing that I want to kind of highlight over here is the kind of learnings that they have, the context that they are able to take. I recently was working with one of the LLMs, both my co-founder and I, we were working with one of the LLMs, and we saw that it took a context of more than 100,000 lines of code at once. Is it impossible, nearly impossible for us to remember 100,000 lines of code? But this particular LLM was able to take all of that context, remember it, perform actions on that particular code context without any intervention. So this is something that the agents are capable of doing today with respect to software development. In terms of intelligent testing as well, people have not held back. They are building revolutionary technology in intelligent software testing as well. Like Mr. Madhu was showcasing, LLMs are able to do wonders in the world, and that is something that we have seen. And how exactly are they doing it? It is not through curative methodologies, which is like later stage in time, I'll go about testing after the product is built or maybe like it is rolled out in the production. They are happening in a preventive methodology, very preventive nature. The graph neural networks actually have been able to map out dependencies within the entire code base at 99% accuracy. And this was the latest information. 99% accuracy dependency mapping, which has not happened anywhere, any time before, right? This is latest. And when it comes to the entire metrics that we need to focus on, this actually leads to preventive methodologies, and not just that, extreme reduction in regression bugs, and not just that, code maintainability becomes significantly high. And of course, the market trends with respect to AI testing automation in itself, it is hitting $8.4 billion market by 2024. That is like a huge market impact that it is creating, which means this definitely is creating some kind of a revolution. But how do we bridge the map between both of these worlds, right? We need to understand how we can go about bridging the intelligent software development and intelligent software testing. How do we bring them together? So we built out this multi-agent collaboration framework at GoCodeo, and what it exactly does is we have multiple agents, AI agents, that wear different caps at a different phase of development. In the very beginning, it wears the architect cap. It behaves as an architect agent during the design phase. Then it behaves as a developer agent. Then it moves towards the testing agent phase, and last but not the least, it reviews. And all of these are communicating with each other at a very regular basis. Everybody in this particular agent architecture are discussing with each other, just like we discuss with our teams, like what is happening, right? If there's a CTO, if there's a developer, test engineer, all of us communicate, right? Exactly similar to that, these agents are able to communicate with each other, and they cause something called communicative dehallucination, right? So one of the key principles that everybody of us were talking was hallucination. AI models hallucinate to a very significant level. How can we reduce hallucination? By enabling communication with humans and communication within the agents themselves. And that is what we precisely are doing, right? So with that, the hallucination reduces to a very significant level, communicative dehallucination. Now let me quickly show you a video. I would request all of you to pay attention to this particular video. We do not have a live one, sir, but having said that, we just got on a video. So I would want you to focus on this and see how all of the four agents, which is your architect agent, your developer agent, your tester agent, and your review agent will work in action. And that is GoCodeo for you, right? On that side, we have the build feature where I'm going to be giving a natural language prompt, which will say, build a to-do list application. How many of you want to become a developer? Sometime write a code, maybe, right? So this is something that can automatically do it for you. It will first create the entire documentation that is required for your applications that you want to build out. It will give you the project structure, then it will give you the entire set of files that you need to create. Then our developer agent is writing the code for you. It autonomously writes the code by itself. So it is writing the code, right? And it also gives you the implementation methods. How do you implement this and how do you set this up? Back-end, front-end, infrastructure, and how do you run this application? All of those instructions you will get on the other side, which is our review agent. It is reviewing the code. Then this is the code that we have written down using AI itself. Now I'll go ahead and I'll click that button on top of it, right? And exactly on that side, you'll be able to see the test suits being generated with all of the test plans being created by AI. And then it writes your test cases also. It is writing all of the test cases, happy paths, edge cases. It is able to think all of that and it writes all of it. So once this is done, you can also run these test cases to identify failures. You can also execute these test cases to see if they have passed, if they have failed, and give feedback instantly to this particular AI model. So what exactly does all of this mean? Expectation versus reality, right? Today, expectation is so high. Everybody is expecting us to be 10x faster, 20x faster. And how do we achieve this? We need some help. And these tools are going to help us become better, more creative, more innovative is what I would like to believe. So that was the product. This is a QR code. If you wish to try out the tool, we'll give it out for free of access for all of us here. So you can try and install this. This is the QR code. It integrates with your VS Code, your IntelliJ, your GitHub. So it covers all the languages, all the major coding languages we are able to kind of cover using GoCodeo. And last but not the least, with respect to the conclusion in itself, the key takeaways for this particular session, we understood intelligent software development, intelligent software testing. Then we also saw intelligent collaboration through different agents, how exactly they behave. Then we spoke about GoCodeo's role. Then we understood how exactly the product works. In terms of the metrics as well, I've noted it down. I would want to kind of leave you all with one of the most important things that I truly believe in, right? When AI was booming up, I was curious to understand, and that made me realize that AI is a tool that we can leverage to a great benefit if we accept it as is, right? Of course, there are so many things that we need to do in terms of responsible AI, ethical AI. There are great companies doing in that space as well. We ourselves are trying to kind of achieve some more of responsible AI, but having said that, AI is here and it will stay, it will be. And that's the reason why this particular quote means a lot to me. Where human creativity meets artificial intelligence, we unlock the next generation of software innovation. And here the key is human creativity, not artificial intelligence. It is human creativity. It is high time that we become creative, we become innovative, and try and do different sorts of experiments. Experiments are key in this particular era, and I believe that with more and more experiments being done, we'll be able to dominate the world with a lot of technology that can be rolled out from India to the globe. And that is something that I want to leave you with. You've been a lovely audience. Thank you very much for all the patience. Open to questions. Thank you.
Check. Well, all right. Meghana, you know what? I want to thank you because you were super quick. Can we all give her a big round of applause? Everyone, come on.
Thank you.
I mean, you were so impactful in that 10 minutes of time. Awesome. Thanks so much. Can we take a few questions? Okay. And my sincere request to you is that, you know what? Keep it a question. If you have a feedback, wonderful. But that can happen later. So.
Hi, Meghana.
Hi.
I'm Manas. I
Nice
want to ask about one thing that you talked about, the whole product. So your product is generating the code, your product is writing the unit test, even though you are taking care of dehallucination and everything, but how are you sure that it is not biased?
Got it. So there's something called reinforcement learning that we have kind of implemented. I do not want to get very technical because that's my CTO's job. But having said that, what I know is there's a layer of feedback that we have kind of created internally, and we have also built in some guardrails for ensuring that there is a lot of cross-checks that happen with respect to the code that is being developed or the test case that is being developed, right? So internal guardrails is something that we have developed, and we trained a particular model, Code Llama, right? And we trained it on 1 million coding instructions to do so. So internally, we did a training of an open source LLM. We deployed it on our own cloud, and that is how we were able to kind of handle biases. Of course, human eye and human responsibility is to give it feedback again and again and again, and that's how we'll be able to reduce it to a very significant level. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Meghana, and thanks, Manas, for that question. We've got one more question coming up from the gentleman here.
Hi Meghna, good
Hi.
evening. This is Puneet. The solution which you have just spoke about seems really amazing. I just wanted to ask a quick question. So the AI which is going to wear multiple hats, how compatible is that going to be across a range of applications, desktop based, mobile, web application, backend applications? I would definitely want to hear if there could be any limitations on the type of application which we want to leverage this solution on. Thank you.
Got it. Very good question. What we have done is that we have opened it up to almost all the applications. You can use it for mobile, you can use it for desktop, be it anything, right? You can definitely use GoCodeo for it. Of course, the accuracies may vary, right? It could be very accurate for your desktop and mobile applications. So that is how we have built it. But having said that, we have opened it up to all the applications. So you can use it definitely for that.
I have a question.
Yeah.
You said in the previous slide, when the human creativity meets the artificial intelligence, don't you think in this process, the artificial intelligence keep on getting used, the human creativity is getting lost or challenged?
So what it's my personal opinion. I mean, it could vary from one person to another, but human creativity is evolving, right? It is like evolution, right? It cannot be lost. Like evolution is the constant. Creativity is also kind of moving towards achieving greater heights. So a person who used to paint differently is today using a different platform, like a tablet they use and they paint it, right? But creativity is still there in humans. Technology is differentiated, but not creativity is what I believe in. So creativity continuously evolves. Tech is something that we need to adapt.